Israel is planning a ground assault on the southern Gaza city of Rafah, which could come at any moment in an effort to finally defeat Hamas. But Palestinian civilians could get caught in this crossfire, and the UN says hundreds of thousands are on the brink of starvation right now. The U.S. and other allies of Israel are warning of a possible disaster, but Israeli leaders say they have a plan. Chris Livesay is in Tel Aviv with more on that part of the story. Chris, a lot of people want to hear the plan. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Rafah, excuse me, is seen as a final stronghold of Hamas fighters, which is why Netanyahu wants to invade. But it's also where about 1.5 million Palestinians are taking refuge, and that's why the U.S. and the international community are warning against it. But so far, that's not stopping Israel. Last night, the Prime Minister told his cabinet, quote, "We will operate in Rafah. This will take several weeks, and it will happen." Now, he didn't clarify if he meant the assault would last for weeks or would begin in weeks. Both can be true. Before launching the invasion, he's vowed to move civilians to safe zones. Think about that, moving more than 1 million people in an active war zone. It's expected that Israel will also want to improve aid distribution before launching another major offensive. So far, aid deliveries by land and by air have proved inadequate. Last week, aid arrived by sea for the first time in this war. And as we speak, an American ship is on its way to Gaza to set up a pier for distributing more. However, it's estimated to take weeks before that pier is operational. And bear in mind, these are projections. The White House has indicated it still hasn't seen Israel's plan to evacuate and invade Rafah, and insists it will not get behind a plan that doesn't account for the safety of civilians. Gayle?
Chris, before you leave, listen, Netanyahu has a lot of incoming. That does not seem to deter him. Why does he seem so willing to ignore the warnings against the invasion?
Well, you know, it's not just Netanyahu. Even a moderate rival in his coalition, Benny Gantz, says you can't put out only most of a fire. You have to douse it all. And that's really how Israel sees what's left of Hamas and the fire it started on October 7. And keep in mind, the U.S. is insisting on a two-state solution after the war. But Israel's made it clear there is no way it will tolerate a Palestinian state so long as Hamas still has the power to stand. Gayle?
All right, Chris Livesay reporting from Israel. Thank you.